today. So I'm interested in this stuff. It's relevant still to us in 2010, the political, national, prophetic edge of this text. But I'm also intrigued, and some of you heard this from me this week, I'm also very intrigued by the personal dimension here, the personal, spiritual dimension. Because we face the same temptations in our personal lives. We're tempted to go for the quick profit, tempted to fall hard for the one who promises us a fast fix and a speedy recovery. Pain sucks. And there's nothing truer than that. Pain sucks. So we're tempted to take the quickest route available, the fastest track, the simplest road home. But here's what I hear Jeremiah saying. I hear him saying that there are things for us to learn in exile. I hear him saying that there's a kindness that comes with sorrow. I hear him saying that there are even people out here in exile that we could get to know, to appreciate as companions and friends. I'm not saying that we choose suffering because it's good for us. And I'm not saying we choose misery because it makes us strong. But I am saying that there's often a holy light shining in the dark night of the soul. It can take a long, long time and gallons of tears to find even a glimpse of it. But when we find it, when we allow it into our lives, we are never the same, and only kindness makes sense. So if you're slogging through that dark night even now, if you're experiencing some kind of strange, awful exile in your life, maybe you'll entertain even the possibility, maybe you'll allow for the chance that God is waiting for you there in your exile. There's some gift for you out there in that dark night, in that despair. You're not meant to be there forever. Oh no, but God can find you there, enlighten you there, illuminate your soul out there, and something holy is conceived in the darkness. Something sacred and good and life-bearing. I'm thinking back to the soulful words of that poem. Before you know kindness as the deepest thing inside, you must know sorrow as the other deepest thing. You must wake up with sorrow. You must speak to it till your voice catches the thread of all sorrows and you see the size of the cloth. Now again, I don't want you walking out of here this morning saying, the preacher wants me to suffer, the preacher thinks all these bad things that happen to me are good for me. I'm not saying that. I'm really no masochist. And God isn't a masochist either. But isn't it true, just the same, that we all do suffer? I look around this hall, around this beautiful, holy circle of friendship, and I know every one of you has suffered. Keenly, painfully. You've lost a job you've loved. You've buried a spouse. You've plunged headlong into depression. Every one of us has suffered. And no matter how often we show up at church, I promise you, we'll suffer again. And I hear God this morning inviting, insisting, beckoning in the very holy heart of that suffering. Not from some crystal palace on a planet far, far away, not from the gleaming light shining on some Renaissance altar, not from the ecstasy of some mountaintop, but from the holy heart of your suffering. I hear God inviting you to somehow embrace that suffering, if only for a while, embrace that exile, if only for a while, and discover there some gift for your life. Maybe it's compassion. Maybe Naomi Nye's right, and the gift we discover in exile, in our own suffering, is compassion. Because when you wake up with sorrow, when you cradle your own sorrow tenderly, when you love your own broken heart, when you speak to it till your voice catches the thread of all the other sorrows, then and there you see the size of the cloth, the size of the cloth. Martin Luther King's single garment of destiny, Jesus, one body with many members, Gaia, the one living earth to whom we all belong, the size of the cloth. We all suffer. We all end up in exile eventually. And then, in that truth, all of a sudden, only kindness makes sense. Only kindness. Only kindness ties our shoes and sends us out to mail letters or purchase bread. Only kindness raises its head from the crowd of the world to say, "It is I you have been looking for." So embrace your exile for a while. Live your one true life. Build a home. Plant a garden. Fall in love. Pray for the stranger. We all suffer. And only kindness makes sense. So I want you this morning as you walk out of here to entertain this possibility in your life, in your darkness, in your exile. The possibility that something holy is conceived in the darkness, in your darkness. Something sacred and good and life-bearing. Open your eyes, your heart, your life. Dare to embrace that strange and holy exile, because God is waiting there. The one you've been looking for is looking for you. Shalom, my friends.